Hey everybody, this is On Screen, Off Screen, show where we like to talk about our media's intake and how our mood and our lives are affecting what we watch and how what we watch is affecting our lives. I am very excited for all of Conlin's topics, so let's get started with one of yours.
Cool. I'm gonna start with the one that I probably liked least. Unfortunately, um, Josh liked Free Burt, so I gave it a shot and I watched the first four episodes. And I don't have a lot of negative to talk about this show. I like Burt Cranshaw, whatever his name is, pretty well. I think he's usually pretty funny. I just didn't find the show funny, like it really at all. I thought the acting was fine. I think the show's fine. The lines are fine. Everything about it's just kind of fine. And for a show that's a comedy, if you're not having the comedy hit, it just doesn't really work. And I get it, he's shirtless. That's his thing. Cool. He gets in a weird argument with a family like rich pricks, and he decides to go up on stage and make fun of them, which I found kind of funny. And I was like, if I had the power to vent on stage and that was like literally part of my job, I think I would be pretty mentally healthy. And I'm like, maybe I should be a comedian. That was probably my favorite little takeaway from the show, because I think it would be really fun to be like, my kid has these stupid dumbass parents, or my kid, a friend has these stupid dumbass parents. Let me go talk about him in front of 40,000 people and be petty. I think I would have fun with that. There's a petty part of me that I think would enjoy that a lot. But that was about it. Other than that, it was just kind of a forgettable show. That wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either. I'm giving it a 4 because there's like nothing super offensive about it. It's fine. Do you want me to do another one since that one was kind of short?
I'll respond
Most of
to
mine are
it.
going to be kind of short. Okay.
So I gave it a 6, and I agree with everything you said. There's nothing really great about it. There's a couple of funny moments. I gave it a 6 because I missed the sitcom about a comedian's real life thing and how I thought
Oh,
that should
cool.
come
Yeah.
back. The show itself, and I think you stopped right before the strip club episode, which is a good choice, which is what I brought up before. Like, it's not great. It's not the most offensive thing in the world aside from that episode. Um, but yeah, it's perfectly fine. I'm not mad at a 4. I gave it a 6 just because, like I said, I wanted that real life sitcom to come back. But
That's
nothing.
fair. Because I would like that too. It just, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and do another one, Colin.
Okay, cool. I'll do Drop Dead Diva because it's going to be a pretty short one too. But I really like the beginning of the show a lot. It's becoming where these dramatic shows don't really know where to go. And you know that, okay, main guy and main girl have to get together. Like, that's what's going to happen. How do we drag it along so much until main guy and main girl get together? So basically, um, main guy is main girl died. She ends up in a fat girl's body, and that's kind of she's the fat girl is a really smart lawyer, and this beautiful model is having to adapt to a new lifestyle. Like, that's the basic premise of the show. It actually works pretty well. It really does. I still enjoy the characters, but the model who died had a fiance. The fiance works at the same law firm as our new girl Jan. And they're supposed to get together, and you know it. And every once in a while, our main girl is like, "Oh, I just miss him so much, but I can't tell him that I'm really his ex fiance." And the main guy is like, she's so cool, and she has all these things that remind me of my ex fiance, and I think it might be her. This is crazy. And then they have these spiritual moments where, oh, your fiance is closer than you think. She hasn't left. They have a bunch of different like clues that are spread throughout. She's like, I think that Deb might still be here, and I think it might be her. As crazy as it sounds, we're in season 4. There's a season 5. I am sure season 5 is when they get together because this is one of these kind of shows, and it's too long. They're dragging it out too much. just have them get together, have them be happy, and have your drama come from something else because it's not working anymore. I get why the show ended because it's just too long. But
That's
whenever they
great.
go together, it's going to be great. I'm going to ship the crap out of that. It's going to be awesome. Just needs to happen. It's kind of like I'm rewatching Friends. And I hadn't really seen Friends, so I watched from like season 6 to the end. And you're like Rachel and Ross are going to be together. Like that's what's going to happen. End of the season, end of the show, they get together. Big spoiler alert, guys. And we
Oh
bounce back to the
no.
beginning of the show. Josh, you said something about it that I don't agree with. I actually think Rachel changes a lot throughout the show because it was weird watching from the end and then going clear back to the beginning. But they're supposed to be together at the very first episode. They're supposed to be together at the very end episode. And there's times inside of Friends where it's like, come on, guys. They even call it out at the end of the show where it's like, you guys have a baby together. What are you doing? Just get together. And they say that for like a season and a half. just get together. And some of these shows drag it along for way too long. Sometimes just do the Lily and Marshall thing, have them be together, move on, people.
What's your rating?
And don't do the divorce.
My rating for season 4 is quite a bit down. It's like a 6. I'm not sad I watched it, but it's down a lot.
Yeah, because you told us about this a couple of weeks ago. You just hadn't finished it, right?
Yeah, so I just finished season 4. I'll watch season 5. Um, Actually, I haven't finished season 4. I have one episode left, so maybe that episode will be the oh they know and now they're together thing. I don't really know, but
They're
uh,
not gonna get together in the last episode. It's gonna build up to it, and it's gonna be a big will they won't they for season 5.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
yeah, probably. Um, so before that, I really enjoyed it, but they're doing some other things that I think are kind of dumb too. Like they have this one girl who they made partner in the show, and our main character has brought in more money and is more successful than this girl they made partner. Why'd they make her partner? Because she's attractive, I guess. I don't know. Not really a good reason. It's, they're just trying to drag things along. This is the season of, hey, we haven't been canceled yet, and we don't know what to do. So let's keep making story, I guess.
We never thought we'd get this far.
That's literally what it feels like. Like 100% that is what this season feels like.
Okay, with that, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. I'm gonna go ahead and get going with mine. I watched the Hannah Montana special, which inspired me to go back and watch some of the Hannah Montana show. Uh, Hannah Montana show, season 1, really rough. Really hadn't figured out their footing yet.
But season
Special.
2 is great.
Season 2 is great. Season 3 is great. Season 4 is great. Um, I think the show actually holds up really well, and I had a really good time watching the show. The special was horrible. Uh, I don't know what they were thinking. I cannot fathom it. My first little pet peeve is it's called an anniversary special because it's the 20th anniversary of the show. And they kept saying it's been 20 years since Hannah Montana. And it hasn't, because it's been 20 years since the start of Hannah Montana. But we had like 6 years of Hannah Montana. So it's really been like 14 years since Hannah Montana. Like I wish that their anniversaries would be for the end when they finished the show, not for when it started, because I feel like Hannah Montana isn't as old as we made it feel in this special. Now, as for the
Yeah.
actual special, uh, zero appearances from other stars other than Billy Ray. We
Really?
had
That's
no
surprising.
Lily, no Oliver, no Rico, no Jackson, no Dolly, no nobody.
That's
It was just a Cyrus
Surprising.
reunion.
It was just Cyrus, and she was being interviewed by her fan, which I had no idea who she was. So it was like, who are you? Why are you doing this? Like, I don't care who you are. I don't care that you loved Hannah Montana. And then she goes around and she's like having these like flashback memories to the show, but it felt so incredibly scripted because the first thing she does is she enters the set, she opens the fridge, and she's like, "Is that what sweet niblets are?" Because there's a jar of sweet niblets in the fridge. And I'm like, naturally, that's what you would do. If you went to like your childhood home, you would open the fridge, first thing that you would do, and you'd be like, oh, that's what holy moly is, or, whatever our Mormon curse word was that we grew up with. Like, no, you would not do that. You would be like, oh my gosh, look at the piano, look at all the guitars, look at all, you would reminisce. You wouldn't just be like, let me go look in the fridge.
I
And I was like,
definitely would go to the fridge first.
I was just so like everything felt so incredibly scripted. There was no like genuine moment, and Miley Cyrus brought up her quote unquote sexual, that's what I've been calling them, her sexual conquests over and over again. And like one of them was fine. She brought up that she dated Nick Jonas, and that's why they went on tour together, is because she wanted him to be with her. Okay, that's fine. But she was like, and I dated one of the Sprouse twins. I think there was rumors about it. Confirmed. And I had this big crush on this kid in 6th grade, and his name is Jack, and been there, done that, and the other Jack from the class too. And I was like, why are you talking about this? This is on Disney.
What did she read the book that we all read last week?
I
Did
was,
she write it?
yeah. So I watched the special and I was like, okay, this is weird. I don't love that she keeps bringing up her past dating life. I don't care about these questions that are really being asked. Like, I wanted a reunion show where they bring back all the stars and you get to see them interact. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen the Friends reunion, but it's done really well.
Yeah.
It really feels like they just set them loose on the set. And they had a couple of like setup thing, right? They had Ross do the quiz and they talked about the show and whatever. But you also had moments where Jennifer Aniston was like, "Hey, do you guys remember that episode where you guys were throwing the ball?" You know, and it's like, what an obscure thing to be like talking about, and it gets them to reminisce and the couches and the whatever. But this one, it was like everything is scripted, every question is scripted, everywhere she goes is scripted. She spent a lot of time like showing off her Hannah Montana closet, and I'm like, I get it, cool closet, but like her mom comes on the show and she's like, come look at my closet, and the fan shows up to start doing the interview and she's like, come look at the closet, and look, remember this outfit? I hated these pants, and I was like, I don't care. Like, talk about the show, talk about how it affected your life, talk about, memories you have of the show and of the time. Like, that's what I'm here for. Um, Once I was done, I even got more appalled by the structure that they chose, because apparently Jackson, or the actor who played Jackson, and the actor who played Rico have been doing a podcast about the show. And they like
Really?
went to a grocery store and they ran into like they had a scripted thing with Roxy like a puma, and they ran into her character, and they never even invited Jackson's actor to come on set, come and do it. And he was like, I'm kind of offended that they didn't invite me to do this.
Rude.
And I was
That's
like,
stupid.
okay, why was there no
Actually dumb.
Oliver? And it's like, well, Mitchell Musso was arrested for a DUI in 2009.
When the show is still going?
Yeah, well, just after the show.
The show went until
2011,
2011,
whatever it
didn't
was.
it?
Okay, 11, whatever it was.
Oh, so like right after the show was
Right
over.
after the show, he was doing some other Disney stuff, and they wrote him off that. But he can still be Jeremy and Phineas and Ferb. But now we're gonna have a bad relationship and can't cast Mitchell Musso in anything, and we can't bring him back to the anniversary reunion thing. And I'm sitting there like Miley Cyrus got naked, swung around a room on a wrecking ball.
She's been
She
to
is the
rehab. She's done
poster
so much stuff.
child for like not a good example, but she's fine because she hasn't been arrested. She's fine because she hasn't been arrested. Mitchell Musso made a mistake as a 19-year-old famous kid. Can't have him on Disney. And then
15 years ago.
Lily didn't get on because she was filming her Mandy show.
Oh,
Whatever. And I'm like, I feel
Georgie
like,
and
yeah,
Mandy's.
Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. And I'm like, I feel like that's a cop out because there's no way they wouldn't let her take a day to
No
go
way. She just
across
didn't
the
want to be on the
street to
show.
the other set. Or she wasn't invited because nobody else was invited. Like,
I was gonna say, if this was because of conflict of everybody's time, they would have just moved it. I think this is just a lot of excuses to be like, well, I wasn't doing anything else, so let's do a me reunion.
yeah. Uh, I really wanted to like the reunion special or anniversary special because I did like Hannah Montana. I watched it all growing up. I watched the movie. I
So
love
did
the
I.
movie. I love the show. I still love the movie. I still love the show.
So did I.
I loved scrolling through TikTok this week and having people rank their favorite Hannah Montana moments and rank their favorite Hannah Montana songs and whatever. And I have one grievance with that too. Nobody else seems to agree with me, but the best Hannah Montana song is the one that's written by Taylor Swift. And I think everybody knocks it down because it was written by Taylor Swift and not.
Which one is that?
It's
Which
the
one is
one
that?
in the movie.
Oh, is the like climb mount?
No,
I just
Climb
want to climb that
is
mountain.
Miley Cyrus.
Oh, okay.
It's the one she sings on stage that's like
Oh,
a rendition of her theme song. You can change your hair and you can change your clothes. It like plays on
Oh,
that.
that's really good. That one's
It's
really good.
the best song in my opinion. And everybody ranks it at like 9. And I'm like, I think it's hilarious that Hannah Montana's best song is written by Taylor Swift. And I think it's appalling that nobody ranks it higher than a lot of these other songs. Um, but Hannah Montana songs are great. Uh, I really like the Hannah Montana movie. I think it is dumb that people are having a Jake versus Jesse argument when the clear answer is Travis, the guy from the movie, because both Jake and Jesse suck. Um,
is the song 15?
I don't know what
Is
it's
that what
called.
it's called? Oh, well.
It's the one in the movie. She sings it while dancing on a truck. That's what I could tell you. Um, I can look it up after, but anyway,
Crazier?
fine. I'll look it up now.
I don't think so.
I'm like looking it up. Or You'll Always Find Your Way Back Home.
That's probably my favorite one of her songs, honestly. I really
Crazier?
like that one. No, You'll Always
Oh,
Find Your Way Back Home.
I don't
I
know.
really like that song.
It is. You'll find your way back.
Oh, well, you two agree.
Yeah, that's a great song. That is a great song. I agree. I agree, Josh.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I went back. I rewatched most of the show. I watched the movie. Fantastic. Just
I need to rewatch the movie. I haven't seen it in a very, 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 very long time.
I think it's a really cute rom com. I think it totally works. I think you don't even need to be a Hannah Montana fan to enjoy the movie. There are a couple of things that you would just kind of have to accept, um, but it's fun. It's hijinks. It's
And
will
it
they,
has
won't they?
maybe my favorite line dance song ever. I
Yeah,
actually really like the line dance song a
me
lot.
too. It's really really good. It's got great music. The actors all do a really good job. I think it's a great movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen those in a long time. I watched it with my sisters growing up, a lot. Like we would rewatch the show over and over again. Um, and season two is my favorite. I've watched season two of Hannah Montana a ridiculous amount of times. It's just great, and it's a shame that they didn't include anybody because they could have gotten the country guy from the movie. They could have gotten
Jake or Jesse?
Jake. Is it Jake? Yeah,
Jesse.
Jake, Jesse, any of them,
Yeah.
and people would have loved it. It looked. I was looking at who the people they brought back. It sounds like they did bring what's her name? What's her name? Selena Gomez. She was in it.
Selena Gomez came up, which I think is a weird choice
Yeah,
because she's in the
but
show like a couple of times.
a couple of times.
Like
But
I
those episodes are
forgot she
honestly
was
really
in the
good. I
show.
like those episodes. I like the one where they're on TV and they're trying to like get attention from the TV recorder.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite episodes. And the main girl who was doing it was Alex Cooper. She's the host of Call Her Daddy podcast. It is a like 99% watched by women podcast, but it's in the top 10 podcasts in the world. She's huge. Like
Okay,
huge.
that's
She's in the
fine.
top 5. But that's why she was doing it.
Well, I get that. I get that she has a podcast. I get that she's a Hannah Montana fan. But so am I. Do I get to be the host of the next Hannah Montana anniversary because we have a podcast and I like Hannah Montana? Are those the only
If we
qualifications that
if
we
we
are
get into the
having?
top 5 podcasts, I think there's a good chance that you could host the next Hannah Montana special.
If I get to host it, I don't even care if Miley Cyrus shows up. I'm talking to Jackson and Rico and Oliver and Lily because those are the real characters. I think they absolutely carry the show. Um,
I agree. I would have even been down to see the Mean Girls, the two.
yeah,
Yeah, I would have been down to see them.
yeah. Um,
So,
so
what's the ranking of the special?
the ranking of the special, I'm going to give like a 4. There are a couple
Okay.
of moments where it's like, okay, that's kind of interesting, or that ties into the show, or that's a perspective from Miley Cyrus's point of view. Great. Um, but not really loving it. As for the show itself, season 1, I would give like a 4. It's pretty rough. Season 2, I would give a 7. Season 3, I would give an 8. And season 4, I would give an 8 until the last episode because the way they ended the show is just stupid. I'm still
agree.
mad about it.
It's a dumb last episode. All right. So Sid needs help with something. Give me.
All right. And with that, we're going to go ahead and go to Lauren's topic.
Okay, so I've been watching a lot of Discovery Channel because I've been here with my grandpa, and I actually really enjoy watching Discovery with him uh, because one, it reminds me of like when I was a kid, I never got the like the remote, so we were always watching Discovery because it was my brothers that were in charge of the remote, and so it's kind of like a nice reminder uh of that. And I've always like been a little bit curious of like all of these like ancient mysteries or how it's made or things like that, that it's really interesting to me. And then it was really cool because we've been watching this series that's on Disney where it's like through Discovery Channel, and it's this guy who like goes and sees if biblical stories could have happened, and what so there's like Sodom and Gomorrah that they go and they're checking it out, and there's like a whole bunch of sulfur and rock there, and they're on a huge fault line, and so they're like, oh yeah, definitely a city could have crumbled and caught on fire with like a major earthquake. And so they like go to like this rock bed. They see all of these different like normally you see sediments in like these straight lines, but then all of a sudden there'll be like these swirls. And they're like, that's where the earthquake happened and the sediment shifted down into the lake or the sea or whatever is next to it. And you can see the seismic activities that happened throughout time. And they're like, yeah, during that time there was a huge earthquake. And then they like go and see how there's all of this sulfur and stuff. And they're like, yeah, when there's an earthquake and everything's shifting, there's a lot of friction that would cause that sulfur to burn and fire to come out. Plus, there's like all of these gases underneath where all of this would have happened. They're like, oh yeah, and then all of those gases would come out, catch fire, and so you that's how that would have happened. And so it's like very much proves everything of that biblical story, um, along with all of the ancient architecture that was there.
Very cool.
And it was really cool because we're like listening to the story, and my grandpa's like, "I've been there," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, you and grandma went and to the Holy Lands, like just as a trip, just to go look." And so like every like little thing that they were showing on the TV, he's like, "Oh yeah, I was there." And I was like, "Did you take the gondola?" And he's like, "No, they didn't have a gondola when I went. We had to walk up that thing." It was crazy. He's like, "Then we had to walk back down," and it was like really cool to like listen to his stories. And like then we watched this different one where it was like the Mayan people. Um, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I was there too." And I was like, "Where haven't you been?" Because he went on a couple of religious missions. He went to France, Germany, and like the France mission basically covered Europe. So he was all over there. Anywhere that they spoke French, he would go to. And then there was uh, Germany. He's gone to the islands. I always mess up what the islands are called, but it's like down by New Zealand in that area. And so it's like he starts telling me like all of these stories, and like as we're watching like the Discovery Channel, he's like, "Yeah, been there, been there. Oh, I had a layover there one time." Like it was just like really cool to see like all the places he traveled, and he's been like pulling out all of these things to show me. And then he's like, "Oh yeah, in our genealogy here's this," and he like had it like laid out for me one day when I came back from work. It was really cool. And I'm
It is really
mostly
cool.
Swedish. Actually, I'm four part on this side of the family. I'm equally four parts Irish, Scottish, English, and Swedish. So very interesting. And it was funny because he had it color coded so you could see all of the like lineages, and it was just solidly like that one color that was Irish, that one color that was Scottish. So it was like really cool. But yeah, so I've really been enjoying watching the Discovery Channel with my grandpa. 10 out of 10.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I like Discovery Channel too. It's so I feel like it humbles you. 'Cause I don't feel like I'm a dumb person, but there's times where I'm like, how do you know all of this? How do we as people know all of this? It's crazy. It's kind of
Mhm.
mind boggling how much we have been able to discover.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it's like, I really like the Discovery Channel because it isn't like just one person who has discovered everything of the secrets of the world, right? And like, there are these people that are very specialized in these things because they live in that area and they grew up with all of the stories. And then like so it's like common knowledge to them, where it's like it blows my mind where I know there's stuff that I know, and it feels like common knowledge because I grew up in southern Utah and all we ever did was talk about the rocks there. So like I know a lot of stuff about like the history of the rocks down there that other people would be like, "Oh my gosh, that's so cool." Whenever we'd have like tourists come down, I was like, "Yeah, you never heard about Lake Bonneville? Like that's there you can see it here and then that stuff like that." And it blows people's minds. Um, so I love that the Discovery Channel is something that like they do go to like those localized things, get those people's stories, their knowledge, so that you can see it. Yeah,
I love that. That's very cool.
yeah,
That's very cool.
I love history, as you guys know. So Discovery Channel, History Channel, uh, absolutely awesome, especially when I was a kid. I don't think they're as awesome now because History Channel isn't really history anymore,
It's
and
now
Discovery
aliens.
Channel isn't really the Discovery Channel as we know and love it. But like, I was raised on planet Earth, you know. Uh,
I was too, you know. I didn't have any other planet to choose from,
I'm
so
at the Discovery Channel show. Like,
I know. I was just
okay,
being.
that was like the go-to. Like in school, you have a substitute today. I don't care that this is English class. We're gonna watch Planet Earth or Bill Nye the Science Guy or one of those kind of generic shows. But yeah, I love the history ones, especially the ones that you're talking about. Could this have really happened? The thing that bothers me about those Bible ones is I sit there and I'm like, this is only a debate because this is religious text. Like historians, archaeologists, all of these people all accept the Bible as a historic document. These things did happen, but because it's the Bible and it's attached to a church, people are like, that didn't really happen. And I'm like, we can sit here and debate why it happened. I'm happy to have that debate. We say it's God. You guys could say it's just nature and chance. But the fact that people sit there and go, there was no person named Jesus, there was no fire and rain, there was no parting of the sea. Parting of the sea is really funny because, like, a boat hit something recently in the lake, and they're like, this is really unnatural how it kind of like forms up here in the middle as if to make a bridge underwater, and how there's like ancient Roman like wheels and armor and thing. Isn't that funny? And I'm like, the Bible's a historical document. What is wrong with you people? um, so yeah, I love those kind of shows. I love the ones that show like what Lauren's talking about, where you're seeing the geography of it all too. Um, so very cool, very well
Okay.
spent time. Like those, I think that was like very well spent time. Watching Hannah Montana, pretty well spent time. Watching
Very well. I don't know
Discovery,
what you're
learning
talking
something,
about.
very extremely well spent time. Um,
I do like in Discovery though. I think it's always funny when they can't explain anything and they're like, aliens. There's the
that's not
meme.
even what happens. It's a meme because there's a show called Ancient Aliens, and he's
No,
aliens.
there was a while in it was either the History Channel or Discovery where like I swear every it always ended with they're like, we don't know like how this happened
History
unless
Channel, a show
was it
called
History Channel?
Ancient Aliens.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
called
Yeah,
Maybe
Ancient
that's
that's
Aliens.
100%.
oh, okay.
It's just
I
after my childhood, it became like the most common show on the History Channel, which is why
oh,
it was a
okay.
meme and why it was always on. And
Because like I didn't catch that that was that. I was just watching History Channel and it would always end with like aliens.
yeah, no,
Like,
it literally
why?
a show called Ancient Aliens on the History
That
Channel, which is why it was
that
And
a
makes
it's
meme.
sense then.
Yeah,
That makes sense
for
then.
the History Channel, it's a huge show.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Makes sense now. My childhood. I feel like you ruined my childhood.
I'm sorry. Me too. Yeah,
Don't worry, other people ruined my childhood.
as long as it's not me. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and switch on to my second topic. This one's gonna be really, really quick. It is an anime. It is called Class of '09. There are 2 episodes. It is on YouTube. It is based off of a video game, I guess, with the same title. It is, I only watched the pilot episode, but it is just 20 minutes of the most offensive high school jokes you could think of. there's like the start of it is like a teacher handing out grades, and he's like A, B, B, A minus, and hands it to and Nicole F, and she looks the teacher dead in the eye and says, "Guessing my cup size?" Like just
Okay.
egregious. I found it very funny. The humor, the timing, uh, just really funny hijinks, one-liners. Not really a plot, not really a show, just like situation setup joke, situation setup joke over and over again for about 20 minutes. Not a bad way I spent my time. Definitely a relief from the book that I had just finished listening to.
We don't speak of that.
I'm not going to name it going forward. Um,
It's the book that shall not be named.
yeah, don't want to give it any more attention than it's already got. But I do think the timing
Okay.
is really funny on it. Um, Conlon, I think you'd get a couple of chuckles at it. Lauren, I don't think it's your
Okay.
kind of thing at all. Um,
Okay.
but that was
What was your rating on it?
I'm gonna give it like a 7.5 because I'm not gonna go back and rewatch it. But like, it was very nice to have some kind of like stupid, offensive humor.
Will you watch episode? Because you only watched the first episode, right?
Yeah,
Will you
probably.
watch episode 2?
I've got some
Okay.
time. Like whatever. Let's turn it on at some point.
Will there be more?
No,
Okay.
it's not like a
Okay.
real anime or anything. Like I said, it's just on YouTube.
Cool.
Okay, Conlon, let's hit your last topic.
Okay. I watched the first half of season 1 of High Potential, and it is definitely inspired by Psych for sure, without doubt. It's a genius mom who has a bunch of kids, and she can't hold a job because she's just like so smart and quirky. And the thing I have a hard time with these geniuses are just too genius to be able to make money. Like, you know what companies usually value? Really smart people. Even if they're quirky, if they provide enough value, they usually can get a job. So it's typically not my favorite thing. This one is enjoyable. I have a good time with it. My wife likes it more than I do, but it's pretty good. The acting is enjoyable. Basically, she just sees it is the Psych thing. She's a super genius. She sees things that other people don't get and puts them all together in detective work. Oh, you missed the stain on her right collar. She was obviously right-handed. Blah 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 blah. Like it is Psych. Like it is Psych. But if that kind of thing works for you, the characters are all enjoyable. There's nobody that I'm bugged by or annoyed by in the show. The mysteries are pretty good. It is funny. It's got a good lighthearted aspect to it. If you're looking for something lighthearted, it is enjoyable. If you're a Psych fan, I don't see why you wouldn't like this because it's a remake of Psych, in my opinion, basically. Um,
I have seen a little bit of this. Psych makes it because you have Gus and Sean.
okay.
That and she doesn't have a Gus.
Okay.
So that's where I would say maybe it might not fit Psych fans. But for the
Okay.
premise of genius and like piecing together, if you like that about Psych, then yes.
Yeah, they do a good job with that. They really do. And you watched a little bit of it. Is there any characters that you don't like? Like all the characters are pretty solid.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it. It wasn't because anything was bad. I couldn't even really pinpoint why I couldn't get into it
Mm.
because it what I did like how they solved things and how she like put it together. Because is this? I think this is the same series where like there's a video camera or whatever, and they're like, "Yeah, she was there," and she's like, "No, that's an old thing because like the wind is blowing the wrong direction for the day or whatever." And she
Yeah.
caught that and like was able to like clear this person's name and stuff.
Mhm.
And uh, and like no one believed this person, but she was able to. So I like how she's kind of like out there for the underdogs a little bit. Um, and then I like the there's one kid that's like her, and then there's a kid that's not like her, and I like that dynamic too of how
I
the
do
kid,
like that a lot.
yeah, how the one kid that's not like her is like, I feel left out, and I really like that dynamic and how they explore that.
Basically, Josh, one of her children is a lot like her, like very, very
I've seen it.
intelligent, and the other child's not. Oh, you have seen. Okay. Um, yeah, I think it's a pretty good show. I think like this usually doesn't the genius thing usually doesn't work for me. Part of the reason I like House so much is because it makes more sense to me. You have House who comes with a lot of negative qualities, but he's so good at his job that you kind of put up with him, and it makes sense. Like that feels authentic to me. And this one, and with Psych to an extent, they're both fairly like personable people. They get along with people well enough. So I'm like, why wouldn't these guys be just rolling in cash? They're geniuses. It doesn't make sense to me. And yeah. Anyway, you've seen the show. What did you think? Because I actually thought you would overall enjoy it.
I don't like the show.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's like Psych at all. Like, yes, it is the Sherlock, what do you call it, formula.
Yeah.
But I sent you the video on YouTube I found about it. Lauren just brought it up to you. You have Sean and Gus.
Yeah. I actually remember you
And
bringing that up now.
Gus is the Watson. And the reason Gus is such a special Watson is he actually provides something for the table. Like in House, you have, what's his name? Starts with a J. His best friend.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember his name either.
Anyway, you have him, and our Sherlock bounces ideas off of him, but he never really helps to solve the solution. And that's how most Sherlock happens. That's how Sherlock happens. But in Psych, you have Sean and you have Gus. And with Psych and with House and with Bones, and you have like these hyper intelligent, specific kinds of people, but they all come with giant downsides, right? Like in Psych, you have Sean, he's hyper observant, but he doesn't know anything about the medical field. He has super ADHD. He has struggles maintaining things or keeping things in order. And Gus often has to be there to fill in the gaps. In House, you have he's an asshole, but he's so good at his job, we put up with it and we try and humanize him as we work through it. In Bones, we have she's super not social. She struggles with interacting with people, and Booth fills in the gaps there, where he is hyper social, um, is able to blend her into society better, and they both make each other better. In High Potential, my problem with the show is she's a Sally Sue. She has no faults whatsoever. Her big downside is she didn't live up to her potential because she had a kid. She has no faults. She can't do anything wrong. She's kind of personable. Like yeah, she's a genius and she offends some people, but very easily explains that away and people move on from it very quickly. So like in High Potential, you have just the genius and the Watson all tied into one, making the cop kind of irrelevant because he's supposed to be the Watson. And she has zero faults. She can do everything. She zero faults, zero humanizing factor. So that's my big problem with the show. There's things that the show does well, having a kid that is like her that she just gets along with well, and a kid that's not like her that she struggles to get along with well. I think is a beautiful like parenting way to represent that. Like if you have a kid that you just happen to get along with well, it's very easy to feel like that kid's the favorite. But like we all have siblings. We all know our parents got along with some siblings better than others.
They have favorites.
Yeah, but they don't really have favorite. It's well done for that. Um, but like the cop, he's just kind of there because she's good at everything. She didn't live up to her potential, like you said. just kind of because it helps the show. There's no real reason for it. Um, so yeah, I didn't love it. I have no desire to go back for it. Sounds like you're a little bit more positive on it than I am.
Yeah, I'll keep watching it with Sid. But if I were to like, if she didn't want to watch it, I would stop watching it because I'm not against the show, but it's fine. That's really what I think. But House is a major exception to me. I kind of like Bones. I kind of like Psych. I do like House. House is good. The rest of them are just whatever. They're whatever. Anyway, I'm giving it like a 6.7, somewhere in there, because I would stop watching it.
Totally fair. I think you're about as far as I got. I didn't even finish season 1.
Oh.
So, yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and head on to our final topic. I do believe that this was Lauren's suggestion. Nope,
It was mine.
suggestion. So, Colin,
He just want to blame everything on me.
Oh, I didn't want to go first. So I have this. Josh thinks that I just hate everything that he suggests and likes. And sometimes I seem to prove that right because I hate this movie. I don't not like this movie. I hate this movie. I think this movie sucks. I think this movie is a trash heap dumpster fire of a stupid freaking movie. I really didn't like this. So I'm going to start with the good because I do have some good things about it that will give it some points because it doesn't deserve to be completely and utterly just ripped apart. I think the acting is very, very good in this. Genuinely, I am wrong about Ben Affleck. Is it Ben Affleck?
Matt Damon.
No, it's Matt Damon. Sorry, I was wrong about Matt Damon because I said I didn't think he was a great actor. I am wrong. 100%. He acts this incredibly well. The acting is not the problem. My problem, because the acting is not bad, is the script. Because I literally marked it. It was 45 minutes before anything happens in this stinking movie. A whole episode of TV and nothing happens. Then you have the body that gets pulled out of the water. And finally, I'm like, something happens. And then he's trying to pretend that he's the person that he killed in the boat. And he's obsessed with him because he's gay, I guess, or bi. I don't really know. We don't actually have time to really examine the character. So it's not like it's a problem that he's gay, maybe, or bi, maybe. I don't really know. And he's obsessed with him because I don't know. The guy's rich and he has no responsibilities. And is that appealing? I guess. I don't know. Gwen, what is the main girl's name? Talented Mr. Ripley.
Oh, Gwen Paltrow?
Yeah. They're in love. I guess. Because they're in love. Yay! Who cares? I really did not like this movie. And then he kills him. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be feeling something. But I don't care. And then he pretends to be him. And I'm like, how is he actually pulling off being him? They've not shown him as being a particularly smart guy or like a suave guy. And all of a sudden he's like suave and capable. Like the flip of a hat. And I'm like, this is stupid. It's stupid. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep giving it a try. He starts dating that girl. I'm like, you're a smart guy. Why are you staying in Rome? If you have all this credit card information, the one place that you get caught and you're supposed to be a smart guy is in Rome. You leave Rome, you dumbass. And then he gets to the end of the movie and nothing happens. And you're like left with this like, maybe he'll get caught, maybe he won't. But it looks like he's not going to get caught. So you're just like following. It's the problem that a lot of people have with like Breaking Bad, where you're following a piece of shit character and you're supposed to be like rooting for him, but I don't want to root for him because I do not care. I don't care at all. This movie was a drag to get through. Holy hell, it was a drag to get through. I didn't care about Gwyneth Paltrow being sad because I didn't care about the characters. Did not matter to me at all. I was so happy when this movie was over. I don't like it. I don't enjoy this. It is a 2. I don't like it.
Okay. Thank you so much for your input, Conlon. I'll go ahead and go next. Conlon said it all. I have no idea what his first sentence was about because this isn't a movie that I love or like.
You said it was good when you suggested it last week.
No, he said it was good for us to watch it. Like,
oh,
You said,
Yeah.
can we watch it? And I was like, yeah, that's good if you want to watch it.
yeah.
oh, I thought you said it was good, and I was like, I'm so sorry, man. I hate this movie.
Oh, you're right on the money. I think you're a little overly harsh on some things. Like the beginning isn't nothing happens. It's just doesn't matter that it happens, I guess. Or it doesn't have the impact that it wants. It's not a flip of a hat. Um, the one thing, my good note on this is Matt Damon's performance. Because it does feel like he's very slowly stealing Jude Law's identity. Right? That's the big heavy point of the show. But you're right, we don't care about these characters. The performances, great. If you want to see some Oscar performances in a garbage movie, this is your movie. But we don't root for these characters. We don't care about these characters. We don't really care that Matt Damon killed Jude Law. Like, okay, hopefully he gets caught. And then the end of the movie happens, and you're like, that was an experience that I had. I get that this movie, like, because the performances are so good, it is one where I'm like, I can see why someone might love this. Like, I get that this has a small cult following, and I get it. If you were just dragged in by this stealing someone's identity plot, it's very well done. I just wasn't. I don't get it. I don't fully understand it. It didn't drag me in. It is a movie. It has some great performances. The movie isn't particularly memorable or great. The scenery isn't done particularly well or great. Like, it is a movie that happened. And I like Jude Law, and I like Matt Damon, and Gwyneth Paltrow's okay sometimes. I give it a 3 because the performances of those characters are well done. I just don't care about the characters. I don't care about the plot.
That's why I gave it a 2. So it's like, I've never seen a movie that I disliked as much as I dislike this one, where I'm like, the acting is great. It's so good. Oh, I hate this movie. Okay, Lauren.
Lauren.
I fell asleep before I guess anything actually happened, and then I never revisited it. Because like I got to the part where he mimics his dad, like he finds Jude Law, and I was like, ah, Jude Law, and then he mimics his dad, and I fell asleep, and then I was like, I'm sorry guys, I'm not the rest of this. So I'm glad I didn't.
That's fine. I didn't watch it this week. I watched it once a few years ago and didn't have the desire to go back to it this week. But
You didn't warn us. Rude.
you brought it up. I was like, yeah, if that's what you want to watch, I could talk about it.
You said, yeah, that's good.
It's fine.
I had heard about this a lot, and I literally looked up like a best thriller kind of a show, and it was on the list. Like, I've heard of this movie quite a bit. I don't understand it. Don't get it.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna rate it because I didn't really watch it. So
Well, guys, I'm really sorry that I picked this dumpster fire of a topic because
hey, it's better than our other topic that we shall not name.
yeah, probably because
Yeah.
8-hour audiobook of hell instead of just a 2-hour, like, what the shit is this garbage?
I was going to make the argument that only one of us watched or read the book, where two of us watched the movie, but no, the book is.
Hey guys, we did a really good job of actually sharing our shared topics this time. Like, super impressive.
Yep, we did a great job.
Go us, gold stars.
Woo woo!
Okay. Next week we're going to be watching a movie called Sunshine, similar in the light of Project Hail Mary. And Colin brought it up. So that's what we'll be watching. If you want to watch it along with us, super appreciate it. If you have any suggestions, put it in the comments. Let us know. We love fan comments, suggestions. They are some of our favorite stuff, literally, on both Colin and I's top 10s. So please do it. Remember to be better today than you were yesterday, and have a great week.
See you guys.